you've seen the movie Mad Max Fury Road, then you've no doubt seen NUX's bobblehead bouncing around as he's driving into the sandstorm. To celebrate 15,000 subscribers on the Killswitch Queen channel, I wanted to do something really special for you guys, something that means a lot to me, and I know that you guys would appreciate. So stay tuned to find out not only how to win this bobblehead, but how you can make one yourself. So first, let me quickly show you just how easily that you could have your own Mad Max bobblehead. The bobblehead is made up of only a few simple parts, most of which you may already have in your garage. Some of the parts like the spring and the vice grip you may have to find at your local hardware store, but they should have everything listed here. What I use for the base of the bobblehead is a 1x1/2 inch galvanized hex bushing that you should be able to find in any plumbing section of your hardware store. Unless you have one of these laying around, this 3D printed bird skull is one thing that you're gonna have to order. If you'd like this exact model, I've put links down in the description where you can either download the file for your 3D printer or order from the maker that I got off of Etsy. I use a vice grip as the lower beak. While this isn't film correct, I think it looks fantastic, it adds its own character, and it's something that most people are going to have in their own garage or be able to find at their local hardware store. Now, the first time that I made this bobblehead, I was able to use a chisel and a hammer in order to get the rivet in order to take apart the vice grip. I learned very quickly that this did not work on this brand new vice grip, and it gave me a hell of a lot of trouble getting it apart. I mean, a lot of trouble. Whenever projects are more difficult than they seem, it also means that they're going to be a lot more rewarding once you get it done. Once I got the handle of the vice grip removed, I was able to line it up with the skull. This way I can get an idea of where I wanted the jaw to mount. I used a Sharpie to mark where I needed to drill the skull. Personally, I use a drill bit that's the same size or slightly smaller than the screw I want to use, so I have a snug fit. After you drill the hole, you can line it up with its new lower beak. Nice! E6000 industrial glue is my choice of adhesive for this project, but any industrial grade adhesive or even JB Weld would work. I recommend this strength over craft glues because if you ride your war rig like me, you're going to need it to handle any weather or abuse. If you like the spring the length that it is, you can leave it, or you can trim it to a desired length before gluing it into the base. I didn't do this on the first one, but I'm doing it now because I realized I should have done it on the first one. I used a washer the same diameter to increase the surface area of the base. This is going to give you more surface area for better adhesion to wherever you're going to mount it. As far as how to mount it, you can either do something permanent like JB Weld, or like I did, I just used a 3M double-sided adhesive sticky tape, and I've never had that bobblehead come off. Give the glue at least 24 hours to cure, unless you're impatient, like me. Once it's solidified enough, you're going to take your screws and washers, and this is how we're going to attach the head to the spring. I use a series of washers to help keep them in place. You can also use a spot of glue for security. The largest washer I slide in between some of the springs, with the smaller washers helping keep it from moving around. Then place the vice jaw and the skull through the screw and top with a wing nut or fastener of your choice. If you don't plan to disassemble your bobblehead, you can also use some glue on the wing nut. Now that you have a complete bobblehead, the last thing to do is give it a loving creative touch. Personally, I use acrylic paints, but you can use whatever you have lying around. I like to paint the bobblehead with a natural rusty color. Now in the movie, it does look like the entire skull is metal, but it's up to you to use your discretion and what color you want your bobblehead to be. On the topic of being film correct, this is obviously not an exact replica of what you see in the movie. I've taken my own creative liberties using what I had to make something that was inspired. I encourage you, if you don't like this iteration that I'm showing you how to do, by all means, take what you have or use other pieces and make your own personal Mad Max Fury Road bobblehead. My main goal with this video is to inspire you to make your own bobblehead. It doesn't have to be a Raven skull. It doesn't even have to use any of the same parts. If you watch this video and say, you know what, I can make it better, then I've done my job. While I'm busy painting this bobblehead that I'll be giving away, I'm gonna go ahead and explain to you guys how you can enter to win it yourself. So if all that process is beyond your skill set, then fret not, because the bobblehead that we assembled here today will be going home to one lucky subscriber to witness you as you ride to Valhalla, shiny and chrome. In order to win the bobblehead, you just have to follow 3 simple steps. Number 1, subscribe to the channel. Number 2, like this video. And number 3, leave a comment saying, "Witness me!" and tell me where you would mount the bobblehead if you won it. And because I know someone's going to ask, I'm going to let you know right now, this giveaway is open worldwide. So no matter where you are in the world, I'm going to try and make sure that my male pigeon survives its perilous journey in order to bring this bobblehead to you. Whoever wins the bobblehead, I'll leave it up to them to decide what they want as the eyeballs. If you want to have an acorn nut or the light bulb, I would be happy to accommodate, and I will contact you once you win. This giveaway ends in 3 weeks on June 6th. So if you want to get your hands on this puppy, let your friends know, have them subscribe, like, and comment on the video, giving you an extra chance to get this in your grubby little wasteland mitts. Thanks for watching, and I wish you all the best of luck.